Bueno, no hay conversaciones, creo que esto ya había hecho. El del bosque. El de Treviso. Entonces, esto ya lo habíamos hecho, esto también. Ah, sí, ya me acuerdo. El Adalid este me cuesta, todavía no. Bueno, nos vamos a Treviso. Todavía había más misiones acá.
How is it doing?
They need more bandages, blankets, and herbs for...
Rook, you must find Chance. What happened?
He was here earlier, deathly ill, saying he had to see the market master.
The market is filled with the sick and injured. If Chance is blighted, or about to become a darkspawn, find him, Rook. We'll stay here in case he returns.
Come on. We have to find Chance before he gets to the market.
Bueno, James era el que estaba... El señor ese de bigote, creo que estaba acá.
Look, someone took out a bunch of Antam.
Did Chance do this? He was going to see the market master. Let's find her. Excuse me, did a crow named Chance come by recently?
He saved us, is what he did. The Antam were planning a raid to steal our supplies for the injured. We heard them right outside the gates. Chance dealt with the brutes before they even set foot into the market. And he left you a note.
Chance is blighted. He asked us to make sure he doesn't hurt anyone. He's waiting for us. In the Drown District.
Spy on me, all you witch.
We're close to where Chance's note said he'd be.
No problem.
Bueno, ya descubrimos este. Ah, hay otro más acá. Así ya destrabo los dos, el que está acá abajo. Ahí está.
Trouble scouted.
Got company.
Take it to him. They're hitting us from afar.
I'm there.
again. Sean, on that.
Right on him.
What's the ranged attack? I'm ready, bro.
¿Dónde salió ese?
Good.
There, finish them, bro.
Nicely done, Davrin.
I'm ready.
No paran de salir.
I'm ready to go again. That dark spawn, that's Chance.
They're behind you.
Nice hit.
Hay que acabar con él antes de...
They're shooting for us.
I caught my breath. Come around. Range incoming.
Ready to go again.
Ranged attacks.
They're aiming for us. Coming at range.
I'm good to go.
Ranged attackers.
Watch out, on your left. Good to go.
Ranged incoming. They're at range.
No problem.
Watch the left. Ranged incoming.
Good to go again.
Chance saved a lot of people. Against the odds. Death. Sacrifice.
Let's let Taya and Viaga know what happened here.
Bueno, son chungas las misiones de acá. Ah, este es el otro vendedor ahí.
Welcome. Please, have a look.
Yo la había comprado igual.
Is this what you call acting? How is training?
A handful of Antam have left the city.
Only a handful?
I heard they feared the...
We found Chance. He saved the market from Antam before Blight took him over.
Thank you for giving him a kinder end.
His name will be on the memorial we are building for all the lost.
Please, visit later if you wish to see it.
Otro nivel más. A ver. Acá creo que es. 3. Sí, pone este. A ver. Muro de fuego. Pensé que este es por ti. Vamos a probar este. Quería cambiarla por esta, pero no sé, porque esta... Porque así tenemos una que gaste mana, porque todavía el rayo no... Hasta que no estemos en nivel 30. Es más, parece que estoy usando mal los puntos. A ver, son 8 puntos. Esto, 4 y 4. Me tendré que guardar 8. Estos dos me los tendré que guardar. O sea, gastar hasta 22. Ah, el tema es que está... Bueno, es verdad, puede ser que encontremos más estatuas de Fenarel que no estoy teniendo en cuenta. Bueno, ahora me quedo así y después veo. Esto... Ya estoy pensando, este quizá lo pueda hacer, porque no es tan difícil. No es tan difícil como el otro, el que está en el bosque.
You're throwing.
I just
Bueno, si no, espero, porque si voy mejor preparado, va a ser más fácil. Bueno, ahora ya estaría todo. Si alguien quiere hablar, si no, tenemos que avanzar. La quest.
When last we spoke, you were hunting for followers of Elganan and Gillenane in hopes of finding specifics. Has your search been successful?
You could say that. It looks like both the Venatori and the Antom are working for Elgranon and Gillenane.
Unsurprising. The Venatori want magical secrets, and the Antom want to destroy anyone opposing their brutal expansion. Both will readily bow to anyone who promises them power.
And now we've seen that power firsthand. The Antom and the Venatori both have dragons doing their bidding.
Dragons? That is worse than I had feared.
Yeah. We drove off the one the Venatori brought into Minrathous. Barely.
Have you determined how the dragons are being directed? If it is blood magic, it may be possible to disrupt their control.
The dragons were blighted. We think that's what let the gods control them.
The Blight. Of course.
The Blight seems to be the gods' favored tool right now. We ran into Venatori who could control Darkspawn.
Elganan would not bestow such power unless the Darkspawn were to serve as the main force of his army. And I suspect Gillenane will see the Darkspawn as new subjects for her modifications.
We've already run into a few Darkspawn nobody has seen before. That's in addition to the Blighted Dragons.
That is the fate Elganan and Gillenane planned for this world then. Corruption and blighted slavery.
Stop acting like you're so much better than they are. Your bullshit ritual would have destroyed the world just as badly.
Do you truly believe my goal was to destroy this world?
I believe your goal, like you said, was to transfer the gods to a better prison. The one you're stuck in now. And you were willing to tear down the veil and destroy this world while you did so.
The veil is a wound I cut into the Fade in a moment of desperation, while making their prison. It should not exist. I had a host of spirits ready to help when the veil fell. They would have minimized the loss of life.
Do you have any idea what you sound like? You could have actually saved the world from the Blight, but instead, you chose to kill thousands of people with your vanity project.
It is not vanity. I broke this world. I am the only one who can fix it.
Spoken like a god.
I am not a god. I am, as I have always been, a man, all too aware of his failings. But equally aware that if he did not act, accepting the judgment it would bring, all would be lost. They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
I don't care what they call me. If they're calling me anything, it means they're still alive, and that's all that matters.
Acceptance. You are willing to face the consequences your actions may one day bring because the world needs you. I believe I can work with that. If the gods are using dragons, you will wish to find someone trained to fight them. Have you unlocked the Lighthouse Illuvian?
Yeah, we found the crossroads. It's still confusing, though.
I cannot help you from in here. You may need to find an expert in the magic of the Fade. And if the Darkspawn are to be Elganan's army, you will need Grey Wardens to fight them.
I've got a few of them. Their leaders don't trust me right now, though.
I have faith in you, Rook. You seem to have a knack for gaining the cooperation of your adversaries.
Solus thinks we need a dragon hunter and a fade expert.
He's right, about the dragon hunter at least. Rook, when I was with the Inquisition, I saw some terrible things. But what happened to Treviso? I mean, so much death. Lucanus stayed behind. He said he'll be back soon, but at least you took care of yours.
We heard it but didn't kill it. The dragon flew off before we could put it down.
A dragon hunter would have helped him in Rathos, that's for sure.
Then we find one. Next time a blooded dragon comes calling, it'll be the last time it comes calling.
We can't forget the second dragon in Treviso. We should see how we can help, but we're without Lucanus until he's done helping the crows. Who knows how long?
Hey, let's not get stuck in our regrets, all right?
Just so we're clear, you're taking advice from this elven god, Solus. The Solus who tried to tear down the Veil? You really trust him?
Of course I don't trust him. He's the only option we have. If it makes you feel better, we've checked every piece of information he gave us.
That does make me feel better.
So a fade expert and a dragon hunter. I'll ask around about dragon hunters and see what turns up. Come talk to me in a bit.
And I've been corresponding with someone about the lighthouse's reverberative oscillations and the resulting dimensional peculiarities. Oh, sorry. Not relevant. I'll get a message through to a fade expert immediately.
See, Rook? Nothing to worry about.
All right. We all know what to do. Let's get going.
No, todavía no tenemos acá. Bueno, a ver. Sí, porque no hay otra cosa para hacer. Ah, bueno. Vamos a Treviso entonces, pero antes. Pensé que nivel 7. No sé si encantar ahora las cosas. A ver, bueno, le ponemos a sé que no tengo los objetos todavía. Vamos a ponerle ese. Y a infligir daño crítico con técnica. No, porque esto es lo que tiene la build, pero esto... No. Bueno, no lo tenemos todavía. Vamos a poner regeneración de maná. Y estos todavía, estos no son de la build, tampoco. Las técnicas. Ahora me puse Obtienes impactos desviados al lanzar. Desgaste. No, no es interesante, la verdad. Premo desgaste. Desgaste. Crítico, desgaste. Y los compañeros todavía no mojan. Quería ver. Vamos a poner la temática de Winter, que yo la había comprado. Para que sea más guapo esto. Ahí está. Ahora se ve más guapo. Vamos, bueno, nos vamos a Treviso. Es ahí, en el cuartel.
You fought Darkspawn.
None of them touched me.
I will inspect you later. Rook, Viago and I are visiting the new memorial. For those we've recently lost.
After all you have done, you are most welcome to join us.
Thank you.
How is training?
Fine.
Se había bugueado.
We are not here to be formal. There have been enough funerals.
Did you know? I was just turning to say something to Air the other day. Before I remembered, she was no longer there.
Fletcher.
I didn't know Chance for long, but he seemed like a good man.
Terrible taste in furniture. He always smothered everything in gold. I'll miss hearing him complaining that I complain about it.
The diamond, the entire city feels so empty. I wonder if it will ever not feel that way.
Just another thing the gods have to answer for.
A fine sentiment. For the day you face the gods. And there is only so much good their deaths will bring. We must make the rest for ourselves.
Let's hope there is something in that.
When did you get here?
A while ago, I was reading the letters. Messages for loved ones. Prayers to the Maker. A few letters are to people I would have liked to know again.
All these words for the dead. Do you believe anyone or anything sees them?
After I was captured by the Venatori, I would have said no. How could the Maker or any power permit what happened in that place? After all we have seen, I still don't know who, if anyone, hears our cries. But now, I hope they do.
Who else did you lose in Treviso? Other crows?
A few. Not all were crows. Some just lived daily lives in the city. Local merchants, people who put out the morning coffee as we headed to bed. After the ossuary, I wanted to walk by and see them again. As if I could return to where I left off.
Is there anything else we should say?
I did mention this isn't formal.
But we should do something.
A toast, then. Something we promise the dead we will think about over drinks to come.
The time they bought us. The world will build with it.
Neither will go to waste.
The crows rule Antiva, and tonight we mourn with her.
Otra misión ahí.
You're not from Treviso?
There's an interesting letter there, Rook.
Esta es una señora que vende arte, que le están comprando los santas. Le están comprando el arte.
Be ready. Coming at range! Good to go again. Coming at range! Watch for ranged attack! Assault now! You're taking hits!
Good work, everyone.
No sé si muro de fuego es buena idea, pero bueno. Lo que sí les mete bastante aflicción.
I think that art merchant with information on the Antom lives near here. Hello? Are you all right?
Anton said he'd have in my own gallery. Then the brutes left to get more reinforcements against a single woman. Would you be a dear and clear away all the refuse by the door?
Since when do the Antom care about fine art?
My saviors, welcome!
Viago said you had information on the Antom. Are they after you?
They barricaded me in and said I would starve unless I handed over the contents of my gallery. Lately, they've been taking paintings, sculptures, all sorts of treasures. And to think I overheard someone in the market yesterday bragging about dealing with the atrocious brutes. The market master might know more about what those dreadful Antom are up to. I'm in your debt. Please look around. I hope dear Viago can make next week's exhibition.
All right. We should talk to the market master if we want to learn why Antam are stealing pieces of art.
Lighted on the left, other injuries
Hello?
on the right. Don't let
This
the blight
might sound
spread.
strange, but I was told you might know about Antam stealing paintings.
It's bad for business. And somebody here knows something. Everyone notices the master of the market. But you, stay hidden. Listen near the stores. You might learn something about our Antam art collectors.
Let's listen carefully around the market. Don't want to scare anyone off.
But I mean, Antam, I didn't think they went in for things like fancy paintings.
I wouldn't know anything about... Well, that would explain the Antam who came by not an hour ago. They took my best sculpts without paying.
Huh. Right here.
Oh, yes. I did hear they've been piling up stolen goods in a camp in the Drowned district.
What is a governor supposed to be doing in time?
We're close to that camp where the Antam took the merchant's stolen sculptures.
Take me to him!
Let's look around for that stolen art, or any sign of what the Antam are doing with it.
Me cuestan los Antam porque tenemos daño eléctrico.
Nothing here either.
Still nothing. I don't see anything that merchant in the market was talking about. No stolen art. We should go back and talk to him.
I prefer the company of the world.
That merchant who said the Antam stole his artwork? He's with the Venatori. I'll bet he caught us listening in.
Damn it. Bet he took off the second we left the market.
The note said the Antam are trading the art to Venatori collectors in exchange for rare magical components. The note doesn't say what the components are for, but the meeting location is a different Antam camp in the center of the city. Let's head there and figure out what they're working on with the Venatori.
A ver, puse técnica de control. Esta de control, pero no me está resultando. Esta también. Vamos a bajar esta.
Okay, we're close to the camp where Antam are trading with the Venatori for magical components.
Necesito todavía más poder, así que quizá más adelante sí, pero ahora.
It's those snoops from the market.
You said you won't follow Venatori.
Just kill them.
No problem.
Mierda, y el arma de los Antam es potente.
Whatever gets it.
Let's find out what the Antom and the Venatori are actually doing here. This note is about Gatlock, that Kunari blasting powder. The Antom are using magical components from the Venatori to make it more explosive. Much more explosive.
We've got to stop them. Gatlock is already dangerous enough.
We have to tell Taya and Viago.
You're not from Treviso?
A shipment of supplies for the injured and the blighted just arrived. Sent by the Shadow Dragons.
Good news?
The Venatori are helping the Antom make their Gatlock explosives even more powerful.
What?
It's not ready yet. They're still experimenting.
Then we have some time. The crows will investigate.
We had better. I am sure we'd be among the Antom's first targets.
Bueno, ahora sí tendría que seguir con la principal. Esto creo que sigue igual.
Manifestation.
Okay, Valara, what's your lead on getting us a fate expert for the team?
Good evening.
Greetings.
Rook, so we need a fate expert. I've been writing to a senior mage who fits the part. But right now he's on an expedition, so I reached out to his colleagues to find him. This is Lady Myrna and Vorgoth. They're necromancers. Mournwatch ones, I mean.
Your friend's request for a fate expert was urgent. How darksome are things outside Navarra?
Very.
I see. Balara's correspondent is Professor Emmerich Volkarin, a fate expert and powerful psychagogue.
You will need him.
Where can I find him?
The professor is currently delving the shrouded halls in the Grand Necropolis. We will grant you passage to look for him. Where the dead. Lately, they grow restless.
Bueno, la otra, estaba pensando, yo siempre, Harden me va a dar información sobre el experto en dragones. Estaba pensando, yo siempre hago primero esta, quizá haga primero la de Nevarra, pero si quiero hacer la de, bueno, vamos a hablar con...
So I put the word out for dragon hunters, and I've heard back about someone who might work. It's a woman named Tosh from a group of Ravani treasure hunters called the Lords of Fortune.
Sounds promising.
An agent for the Lords said that Tosh is working on a mission for them along the Ravane coast. If we help her, she'll be free to join us and fight any blighted dragons the gods throw our way.
What do you know about what's going on in Ravane right now?
Not much more than you do. Varric and I never went there while hunting Solus. The Kunari were on pretty good terms with Ravane, but that was before the Antom military broke away from the rest of the Qun. I wouldn't be surprised if the Antom invaded Ravane like they did Treviso and Eastern Tevinter.
All right. Guess we'll be ready. Well, we need the support. Guess we're headed to Ravane.
Time to find out if the crossroads can get us to an alluvion in that area. We'll head out whenever you're ready.
Siempre hago primero esta, las cazadragones, pero que salga lo mismo. Lo que pasa que me voy a cambiar el bastón porque ahí está lleno de kunaris. Son resistentes a eléctrico. A ver si tengo materiales. No sé si llevar fuego, no sé a qué son débiles los kunaris. Resistente a eléctrico. Este está en 4, este está en 5. Si llevo hielo, este en la 15 semanas, este no me sirve. Este tampoco, los ataques pesados. Este me podría servir. Pasa que tengo pocos recursos. Lo subiría más. Este me pide también esa cosa y este. Bueno. Podría usar este entonces, porque el ataque ligero me sirve. Este está en la tienda de los dragones, pero bueno, debe ser que no es suficiente. Vamos a darle prioridad a este. Pero no puedo nivel 6, me quedan 5. Bueno, me llevo lo necrótico entonces. Voy a hacer una cosa, le voy a poner el encantamiento. Este, si lo sacamos ese, lo ponemos este. Porque si no los kunaris son duros. Esos dos lugares más... ¿Por qué no mejoré el bastón? Ahí tenemos los dos lugares. Vamos acá a ver una cosa. Avelara es muy buena, pero con los kunari ella hace daño eléctrico. No le va a sacar nada.
Always good to see you in here, Rook.
A ver acá. Porque es nivel 4 todavía. Hay que destrabar la tienda para.
See you again.
Bueno, nos vamos a Rebate. Bueno, voy a tener ella, entonces yo matás. A Harding, perdón.
Hey.
Tosh.
Yep.
Rook, I hear you need help.
The Lords want to hit a cave on the coastal cliffs. Big Vincimer makes her lair there. We get her out, the Lords get in, we go home and get drunk. Might be more on Tom. Don't get in my way.
Let's move. So what's the plan exactly?
We need to lure the Vincimer out of her lair. I set bait. She comes out to eat. My partners loot the lair while she's out here. We'll find the bait on the beach.
You said the dragon we're dealing with was a Vincemer.
Yeah. Blue with the yellow belly. Breathes lightning.
Oh, one that breathes lightning? I've heard stories.
We're not fighting her. Lords just want the horde in her lair.
Hey!
Creo que me voy a quedar con ese amuleto hasta que consiga el de la Vil, que es punto.
On Tom ahead. Be ready. They go hard. Watch yourself. They have gatlock cannons.
Ah, son débiles a necróticos.
Coming at range.
Eat shit. This is not your land. You're not bigger than me.
So you've got no problem fighting other Qunari?
I'm from Mervain. Not like I follow the Qun.
You've got the arm ropes.
Sure. I wear a lot of stuff. You don't get to tell me who I am. Doesn't matter anyway. The Antam don't follow the Qun either. Not anymore.
So what made you want to work with us?
I don't.
I thought you wanted us here to help you.
No.
Igual son duros los Qunari, a pesar de que le estoy dando con este bastón.
We're not fighting the dragon?
No. Vincimers eat big game, usually sea life. They're not hostile unless you do something stupid.
Like, poke around in its lair?
Right. So we lure her out, then the lords go in and grab anything shiny.
But you do kill dragons, right? You're a dragon hunter.
I kill them when they need killing. This one doesn't.
All right, beach is up ahead.
Right. You said we'd find bait here?
Bait'll find us. Come on.
How is the bait gonna find us? Look, deep stalkers!
Oh, resistente a negro.
The deep stalkers are the bait?
Yep.
Why are you making me feel sorry for them? Finish it!
Quite a few of them.
Dragons have big stomachs.
Watch out!
That's their pack leader. Take her down.
Good to go again.
that's the last of them. Now what?
Now I get the fire going and make our dragon dinner. Good. She'll like it. And this potion will put her to sleep for a few hours. But we gotta get her attention. Use the horn up there. Come on, she'll be here soon.
So we held up our end of the bargain?
You did okay. So, what do y'all do?
Right now, we're trying to take down evil god monsters and their blighted dragons.
What? That can't be right. Dragons don't get blighted. They're smart enough to avoid that crap.
However it's happening, the gods are using the blight to force dragons to attack people.
That's messed up. Somebody needs to stop them. I left the horn right up there. You found it? There you go. That's house curry.
Where are we headed?
That old Grey Warden fort. Anton might be there. I want to see what they're doing. If it's anything the Lords of Fortune need to worry about.
She responds to the horn?
This time.
You fed her before then?
Took a while to get her used to it.
It sounds like you've got her trained.
You train a dog. You reach an understanding with a dragon. Vincimers are clumsy on land, better in the water. They cut the surface like a knife.
They swim?
They dive down after prey like a giant bird. Sometimes they stun schools of fish with their lightning. Gulp them all down in a single bite.
close. Maybe too close.
Letting us know she sees us. Might also be her way of saying thanks for the food.
Bueno, acá hay un puzzle. Derecha, izquierda, atrás.
Someone built an entire fortress and then left it empty?
This used to be a big Grey Warden outpost. They left after the Darkspawn stopped coming.
Bueno, acá está. Derecha, izquierda, atrás. Ah, acá es.
Yep, that's the Tom.
Let's check inside the fort. I want to see what they're doing. Shit. More on Tom. Not even supposed to be here. Dust people? I'll show you weak dust people!
Ready again. Right on him.
Come on, let's keep looking.
So the Antom took over the outpost after the Grey Wardens abandoned it?
Yeah. Ravain and the Canary were at peace forever. Then the Antom broke away from the Qun and invaded. The Canary builders are part of a different caste. They didn't break away. So the Antom take over old forts like this instead of building their own.
Ah, esto no podemos todavía. Se abre con TAS, pero como estamos en la primera misión todavía no está bloqueada.
Grapplers, nets. The Antom are going after the Vincimer.
Is that bad? She can deal with that, right?
Not after I drugged her. Come on. They've been watching. They knew I drug her to make her sleep. Assholes!
Que venga acá, a ver. Ahí está. Oh, hay otro más,
That's a relief.
Bueno, hay que volver. Ese cofre tiene una cosa que... objeto que... de la... pero no podemos todavía. No lo podemos coger todavía. Porque hay que ir por otro lado. Así. Acá igual mucho no podemos hacer todavía. Porque estamos en misión.
They haven't seen us yet. We can run.
Hey! I brought her down. She's mine by right.
Makara.
Mara Namra Benarie Bala! Atash Martarost! Asitarala! Kuto! Tarala!
Come on! So, you breathed fire.
Yeah? How?
Were we supposed to know this? Because I don't remember you mentioning it.
We can talk later. Let me know when you're ready. I'll burn the chains off the dragon.
Does she know we're trying to help?
No, this.
We don't have to fight her, do we?
We can run. I don't think she'll chase us.
As one dragon flew off, now safe to finish its nap, uninterrupted, another was about to wake up. The surviving Antam poachers carried news of a fire-breathing Kunari back to their leader. Tosh and the team would soon find themselves being hunted by the Dragon King.
Wonderfully done, Tash. While you played with the big scary dragon, we looted the shiny stuff from her cave. So, Rook, Varric's talked about you. I see he wasn't making shit up this time. They call me Isabella, among other things.
What did you find in the cave?
A lot of dragon shit, gold, some fancy trinkets, and this.
It almost looks like a rune. Does it do anything?
Shit, I hope not.
It conveys knowledge. While not as impressive as a magical explosion, it can still change the world.
Rook, this is Shathan. She's our expert on Qunari artifacts.
This piece predates the Steel Age by centuries. It comes from an earlier attempt at settlement. One that left no survivors. You used your fire.
What? No.
Were you seen by the Antam? You promised you would be careful, Evatosh. You need to be away for a while. It is good you are joining Rook's team.
I'm what?
We expect some dragon trouble, so we need a dragon hunter. You'll feel right at home.
Hooray.
Our contact here said you'd agreed to join us.
Didn't Shathan... I thought you and your mother had agreed on this.
Nope.
Whoops. Well, you'll work it out. You always do. For gold and glory, Tash. You're welcome back whenever. Rook, pleasure doing business with you.
Mother, what did you do?
I thought you would enjoy the chance to work with Rook's team. Do you not wish to stop these blighted dragons?
Of course I do. I might have decided to join on my own. Maybe after you talked to me.
I talked to you about not using your fire in front of the Antam. I will prepare potions for you to take. Would you prefer ginger or lavender?
The ginger.
Hassam Vinek. Rook, you will keep her safe.
Your mother doesn't mince words. I like that.
Yeah, she's a lot.
Anyway, welcome to the team. Might not be what you wanted, but we could really use the help.
I'll get my stuff. Hey. It is.
Sorry?
Joining your team. It is what I wanted.
Glad to hear it.
Bueno, ya empiezan a haber conversaciones. Ah, tengo un punto. Bueno, vamos a gastarlos y después vuelvo todo para atrás, no hay problema. A ver, 4, después dice que ponga acá. Este no lo vamos a usar, pero bueno, es de paso. No sé la verdad, o sea, se va para acá porque está esperando para llegar a nivel 30 seguro. Bueno, Taz va a tener la habitación acá arriba. Primero hablamos con ella acá.
Usually have to dodge traps and fight spiders to see this much old elven stuff. Talk to Isabella if you want to sell any of it. She'll get you a good deal.
Spoken like a veteran treasure hunter.
Yep. For gold and glory. The lords make runs no one else can. Isabella's undies would catch fire if she saw all this.
So why do the Lords of Fortune care enough about dragons to have a dedicated dragon hunter?
Lots of great old crap ends up in dragon hordes.
Why do dragons care about gathering treasure? It's not like they go to the market.
Dragons like metals and gems. Anything glittery catches their eye.
Huh. So they're like really large magpies?
Kinda. And they live for centuries. Lots of time to gather a bunch of shiny crap. Plus all the gear carried by idiots who thought they could kill a dragon.
Bet you deal with a lot of nasty traps during those treasure hunts.
Yep.
What's the most complicated one you've dealt with?
Old elven armory. Had letters on tiles. Probably supposed to spell out the name of a god or something.
Probably.
I don't read elven. Found handholds in the ceiling and swung across.
That sounds more like a puzzle than a trap.
Ugh. Puzzles.
See, I like some puzzles, but not when they're just thrown in.
Right?
I ran into one while traveling with Varric. It was one of those who sits in which seat things.
Ugh. Where the guy with an axe has to sit to the left of the guy who likes brandy?
Exactly. Who cares that much about seating arrangements? Why is that controlling the lock on an ancient treasure chest?
It's Vashidon. Just pick a chair.
Glad to have a treasure hunter on the team. You're stealing stuff for us, not from us, right?
Don't worry about that. The Lords of Fortune aren't thieves.
Most of us shadow dragons are wanted for worse than theft. But if some lords are in it for themselves...
Nah. Anything we hunt is salvage. Old forgotten ruins and crap. And we make sure we're not screwing over a culture that lost it. That's what my mother does with the Kunari stuff.
So your mother appraises Kunari artifacts the Lords of Fortune find?
Yeah. She tells them how rare something is. How much it might be worth. Also tells them if they found something cultural.
Cultural?
You know, important. Stuff you don't want going to some rich noble's collection. The lords send that stuff back to the Kunari in Parvalin. They pay the lords a finder's fee.
Just a finder's fee?
Yep.
But the lords at the top could be charging anything for these artifacts and you wouldn't know.
I know what happened to the last lord who blooded contact. That's enough. The lords are good people. They helped my mother when she came here from Kantar. She got here with nothing but me and the clothes on her back. The only skill she had was Kunari history. The lords gave her work.
How does the Ravani Royal Guard feel about the Lords of Fortune?
They used to complain about us. But that was before the Antam invaded Vervain.
And now Rivain sees the benefits of having a bunch of heavily armed people on their side.
Same for the Pirate Armada. It's bigger than Ravain's official navy. But we're also helping save old artifacts. The Antam are burning ruins as they move south. We get artifacts out before the Antam destroy them. Magical stuff. Cultural stuff. Stuff you don't want to lose.
Get some rest. We'll be in the thick of it soon enough.
Okay, I was gonna go back to Ravain later. Got a thing to do for my mother. You can come along, if you want.
Do I need to be ready for combat or traps?
Nah.
All right. Just let me know when.
Bueno, acá hay bastante charla también con Taz.
Hey, you heard of the Hall of Valor? It's a fighting arena with the lords.
Interesting.
Just tell me when you're ready.
Bueno, este lugar... Después vamos a ir también, pero no sé si voy a hacer las misiones todavía. Hasta que no tenga la viña. A ver.
Abundance.
Jardín quiere hablar.
Did I see you writing a message to the Inquisition? What's that about?
You know, Varric and I were part of the Inquisition, right? I'm trying to get news about the South. But Charter hasn't replied to any of my messages. I'm trying not to worry about what's happening there, but... No, it's probably fine. Charter's just busy. She's always busy.
Charter? Who's that?
She's the Inquisition's spy master. Or she would be, if there was still an Inquisition. I suppose she just works for the Inquisitor now?
I haven't heard much about the Inquisition in years.
Oh, that's intentional. When the breach was open, we needed a large group to stop Southern Thedas from falling into chaos. It's changed in the years since. We're a smaller force working underground to keep an eye on things going on in the world.
Does your spy master expect something from us? I don't work for the Inquisition.
I know that, and Charter knows that. But there are still people in the organization invested in knowing how things are going. With Solus, especially.
So, how long were you with the Inquisition? 10 years?
Something like that. Why?
You must know the Inquisitor.
Well, yeah, we worked together. I wasn't part of the Inquisitor's inner circle, though. I spent more time with the ordinary people, the ones you didn't hear about.
And the Inquisitor's advisors? What about them?
Of all of them, I'd say Josephine is my favorite. She's lovely. She still sends me a box of handmade sweets from Val Royeaux every year on my name day. Cullen and I got along too, but he was always busy. He would have bad days from lyrium withdrawal sometimes, and I would share the tea that my ma sent. He's from Ferelden too. Maybe it reminded him of home.
What about Liliana? I heard she's intense.
I think she likes to cultivate that reputation. She's not nearly as terrifying as she sounds. Oh, I passed her in the Great Hall one day, and she suddenly turned and asked me if I wanted a nug.
A nug? Those small pink rodent things? What for?
She loved them and made a hobby of breeding them as pets.
So, did you take the nug?
No! What am I gonna do with a nug?
But you did know people from the Inquisitor's inner circle, didn't you?
I knew them, sure, but those early days, all I wanted was to prove myself and not get in anyone's way. Some of them were more approachable than others. Sarah was a puppy with a new toy. 100 new toys. Fun, if you can handle the mess. She was really the only one who could make Rainier, well, Blackwall then, let down his guard. Otherwise, he kept to himself and stuck to the stables. We'd talk when I visited the horses. And there was Cole, of course.
The spirit boy?
Yep. I was just sitting on the walls one day, and he asked if he could join my game.
Like a card game?
Nah, just good old people watching. Must have seemed like a game to him somehow. We'd pick strangers out of the crowd and try to say something about them. Like, ooh, she heard the joke yesterday and she's still trying not to laugh. Or one of Cole's. His eyes remind her of the ones beneath her bed.
Okay, that's just a creepy thing to say.
Cole was like that. Weird, wonderful, and occasionally a little bit creepy.
Wasn't Cole an empath? He must have been great at this game.
Aha, but the rule was you couldn't say anything you actually knew. He got it in the end. I think.
So you didn't ask him if you guessed right?
Well, being right wasn't the point. Making a habit of seeing people was. I think he liked that. It's why you don't miss.
So tell me about these ordinary Inquisition members I haven't heard about.
The Inquisition hired hundreds, and most of them weren't Magisters or Ben Hasrith or the left hand of the Divine. There were scouts and stable hands, carpenters and cooks and quartermasters, even 2 dedicated pastry chefs. Most of them volunteered, like me. We wanted to help in whatever small way we could.
It wasn't as bad where I was, but I remember the demon-spitting sky holes.
Nothing like demon-spitting sky holes to bring people together, huh? I made friends. Rector, Faulkner, others.
Rector? Faulkner?
Liliana gave all her agents pseudonyms.
Right. Like Charter.
Well, Charter's Charter, but when the other 2 and I were together, we were just Lace, Wilbur, and Katya.
Do you miss it? The Inquisition, I mean.
It's hard to miss an organization. They're only as good as their people, don't you think? But I do miss my friends. We write each other, but it's not the same. And the Inquisition is different from what we've built here. Not better or worse, just different. It's special when you're among people working toward the same goal.
Not everyone. There was Solus. What did you really think of him back then?
Lonely. He always seemed lonely. It's hard not to be when you hold yourself above everyone else.
You mean it's hard not to be lonely when you're a pompous ass?
Something like that.
You can say it, you know. Try it out. Solus is a pompous ass.
Maybe he is, but I can still feel sorry for him, can't I? Anyway, I'm sure something out there's on fire, and here I am rambling about the past. I should let you go. Talk later?
Dos puntos. A ver.
Carving monsters, huh? Didn't figure you for an artist.
This? It's by necessity. If you know your enemy, their weak spots, maybe you live another day.
Or you could just bring along a really big sword.
Only if you know what to do with it. You hit a rageling in the flank, you'll just send him into a frenzy.
And these will help?
Standard bestiaries are always some mage drawing things they've never seen, taking the piss out of it. They don't understand how when the hunt ends and you come nose to nose with an ogre, someone's going to die. So I'm making the real Monster Hunter manual.
Who you doing it for?
Balmore, that imbecile in Teventer, lecturing on things he doesn't know about. And Ludric over in Ravane thinks taking a rock wraith down with a lucky shot makes him a champion.
What do you care? Jealous?
Of course not. I just think the experts should have some actual expertise. Tosh could learn a thing or two.
Ouch.
I get it. She knows dragons. But what about fighting a Sylvan or a Dartmonger? Don't tell me I'm using the wrong blade.
You want pictures of monsters? I can provide some corpses.
A corpse? Nah. Now, if you pose next to a Vartero still breathing down your neck, I'll think about it.
Where's the Gloomhowler?
Can't carve it till I know what it is. You want a piece of the Howler, boy?
Is he ready?
Was I ready the first time I fought a Hurlock?
Well, you're still alive.
I got my ass handed to me. Broke 4 ribs and cracked my jaw. Then I got back up and drove a blade through its skull. In this line of work, Asan and I are only as strong as the quarry we hunt.
Makes sense. He'll learn to fight by fighting.
I don't know another way. Out there in the world, you sink or swim.
Can a half-lion, half-eagle swim?
Don't know. Asan?
Which half was that?
Search me. Both halves share the same stomach.
Right. See you around. You're up late.
You're awake to notice.
Can't sleep? I know, I'm awake to ask.
I sleep when I can get it. And this place, it's too quiet for that.
No tavern goers, no late night carts, no cats trying to claim the alley behind your house.
The Minrathous lullaby.
Okay, what works then? How do you sleep?
I don't know. Chase the right bastard through the wrong ritual? It'll knock you right out. Of course, you might wake up with a new accessory.
Did you get the bastard?
Yeah, I got him. It's not the quiet. I never could sleep once work gets in my head. But what's got you up at night?
Tonight? I don't know. It's not like I've got problems sleeping.
Aren't you lucky?
Exhaustion. Works like a charm.
Restlessness catches. Get one person in a room nervous, the whole place twitches. One person can't sleep. It's only getting later. Get out while you can.
You ever follow your own advice?
Never the good stuff.
Bueno, vamos con este. La mayoría eran simples charlas. Bueno, tenemos esto, podemos ir ahí. No voy a hacer, acá hay misiones también, que es una zona muy pequeña. Acá hay misiones, tendremos que hacer esto. Vamos acá. Vamos a probar con Taz. Igual Darwin es muy bueno porque se le regenera muy rápido las habilidades a Darwin. A ver para cómo está Taz. Hay que cambiarle las cosas. Vamos a usar la Fatality de Scorpion. Lo vamos a poner acá. Y acá
hidden edge in the Hall of Valor? Come take a look.
Contra dragones. Ah, esta es una de las runas. El daño que inflige es... El daño que inflige sostiene 100% de penetración. Esta es de la vil. Ah, este es un regalo.
Catch you at the hilt.
Vamos a equiparla.
So... So if you're a mage and you do stuff
Esta
with
es una
spirits,
kunari.
is that why you left the queue?
Oh, what foul-hearted spirit tugs at the corners of your lips and turn them down so?
Y acá, bueno, acá está Isabela Rey.
Welcome to the Hall of Valor. I knew you'd find your way here sooner or later. Your kind always do. Looking to fight? Oh, come on. I promised the kids a good show.
Bueno, Isabela, hay unos torneos que son como unas arenas, hay que matar a los enemigos, no hay tiempo. Pero hasta que no tenga la vida todavía no estoy incluido. Si hacemos 10 nos dan un premio. Ahora, bueno, podremos ir a Rivain y empezar a hacer acá. A ver los objetos que tiene Taz, como viene a ver. Que está en el nivel 1. Bueno, entonces tenemos que ir al... Vamos al faro. Ah, el regalo. No sé, hay una misión personal, ¿no? Sí. Bien, el regalo.
Ah, nice.
The fires are lit.
A ver, ¿estás? Este que hace prueba con obra santa. armas hasta que siempre son críticos contra él. Vamos a mejorarla. Vamos a mejorar todo. Hard creo que está ya, ¿no? Sí. Voy con el bastón así. El necrótico. Bueno, ahora ya podemos usar las habilidades de Taz. Así que voy a poder, por ejemplo, entrar acá.
Got it.
The Dreadwolf's everywhere, isn't he?
Ravane is on pretty good terms with the Dalish clans. We get elven stuff here and there.
Está por acá, ¿no? Estos son débiles a gráficos.
Golden glory.
No sé si mejor no gasto malos. Los voy a guardar para cuando lleguemos a 30.
The Ravani Armada and the Antom Navy have destroyed a lot of each other's ships. Good for salvagers, bad for sailors.
I'm not used to spirits being friendly, like in the Hall of Valor.
Why not? Spirits like to party.
I just can't imagine Ferelden's spirits making a big arena for people to fight in.
Oh, right. People in Ferelden are like the Canary, afraid of spirits and stuff.
No.
Ready. Coming at range. attackers! You got it.
They've got us afraid.
Lo más malo.
Ready again? I'm not used to spirits being friendly. Like in the Hall of Valor.
Why not? Spirits like to party.
I just can't imagine Ferelden's spirits making a big arena for people to fight in.
Oh, right. People in Ferelden are like the Canary, afraid of spirits and stuff.
That's probably the first time I've heard anyone say Fereldens are like the Canary.
Bueno, esta es otra misión. Ah, tengo marcado cualquier cosa. Bueno, vamos. Mejor voy a marcar acá lo que está más cerca, que es esta. Tenemos acá otra y la de Taz.
These are the crows that were supposed to be picking up supplies.
Looks like they were ambushed.
Ahí arriba hay un cofre, pero se agarra de otro lado.
Trouble nearby.
Oh, van a pelear contra los bichos. Mira, viene a contra.
Here we go.
Ah, espera, claro. No tengo cura. estoy... No, yo creo que esta... Vamos a poner esta. Mucho mejor esta, ¿verdad? Ah, esa es una nueva área. Hay un secreto acá.
You're never far from the water in Ravane, one way or another.
Hay que prender esa...
Looks like the Antom got the supplies that were meant for the crows.
We need to get those supplies back and pay back the Antom.
Hay que prender estas cosas a los braceros.
Yep.
Se apagó porque quiere decir que no es... Acá hay 3 y se prenden en cierto orden.
I'm on it.
Bueno, este es el primero, el otro creo que está por acá. Ahí.
Some kind of puzzle with torches or fires or something. Make a treasure out of it.
Se apagó, joder. Bueno, el de acá. El de acá.
Gotcha.
No se apaga.
Okay. Look, we got a new door. Bet there's something good on the other side.
A ver. Ah, lo tiene puesto. Acá hay un atajo. Otra misión. Ah, acá hay un atajo.
Another of those Fen'Harel altars.
Para allá. Se escucha el lobo acá. Aunque no lo tengamos a Lucani, podemos activar su habilidad, por más que no haya vuelta.
What? How?
Ah, acá continuamos. Vamos a venir por acá. No podemos subir de ahí abajo. Ah, no, pero igual no hace falta, ¿verdad? Igual la misión de Task parece que es chile, no es. Es una charla, no es un enfrentamiento.
Hit it, Josh.
Bueno, acá hay un puzzle. Este es el famoso puzzle. Tenés que encender los tres. Ahí está, ya me la acordé de la otra vez ya. Igual era fácil. Acá abrimos la puerta de afuera. Esto no sé si es lo que activé yo, esto. Bueno, esta es una misión que hay un tesoro. Ahora vamos acá es donde estábamos antes. Ahí está la misión de Taz. Hago la misión de Taz. Vamos a dejarla. Total tenemos viaje rápido después. Porque no sé si después me vuelve para la base. Entonces yo no quiero volver ahora. Vamos a hacer todo lo que haya que hacer acá.
We got company.
Encima
let's see what they've got.
tengo una poli de más por el objeto que le di a Hardy. Ahora podemos abrir esto.
Let's see if it burns.
Ya podría agarrar las cosas que están en Ciudad Portuaria. Pues necesitaba TAS para eso.
Door's sealed, but those figures next to it look different. Might be a clue for how to open it.
Bueno, hay que encender los tres. Encendí uno. A ver, no tenemos... ¿Cuál tenemos marcada? La de esa. Vamos a hacer la de esta que está acá.
Got it!
Se va para allá. ¿Pero dónde es? Acá es, ¿ah? No. Ah, fue para allá. Ahora ya tenemos dos. El tercero está más adelante. ¿Cómo? Ah, por acá. Hay que ir a la parte de atrás. Ya podemos agarrar otras cosas que había acá también. Acá ya.
Tosh, you got this? I'll need a whisk.
Hay que llevar una voluta ahí para abrir ahí. Ahí está la otra misión.
Better be ready.
How's it like that?
That's room for you.
que matar a estos cordero. Es el más jodido, el que dispara el chorro. Bueno, terminamos esto. Esta es la otra misión.
Still alive? Still alive.
The Antam kept me alive so they could use me to trick Ravain into sending more supplies. I didn't think anyone was coming.
The Lords of Fortune wouldn't abandon you. It's the least we could do for the crows.
Thank you for your timely arrival. I'll get the supplies to Treviso and pay back the Antam there.
Bueno, ahora... Bueno, este era para volver.
All right. Looks like we made a door.
Cuando llevamos esto, después vamos arriba y agarramos el cofre que está del otro lado.
Hear that? Door's open.
Bueno, ya está el tesoro, pero antes de eso vamos a subirnos acá.
Got it.
sé qué agarré ahí.
I love the sea.
Ahí está, esa es la... de regeneración de mana. Esta es la que... la de la vida. Qué raro que no conseguí el otro de este todavía. Hay que ir a buscar el tesoro. Bueno, ya está todo. Vamos con acá, vamos a viajar rápido. Vamos a hacer la misión de Taz.
Hey. Some for you. Some for you. Hey, don't be a dick. That was for the little one. Stupid birds.
Look at you feeding the birds.
My mother made me do it when I was young. Sent me out here every night with dinner scraps.
We're a ways from town.
She said I had a lot of energy to burn off. Sometimes I practice with the fire out here. It's safer. No people around. Lots of water.
Is it magic or...
It's not magic. My mother says the Kunari used to be closer to dragons. Something in our blood.
The Anton called you a Dari.
Yeah. Old Kunari word for fire breather. A few like me are born every generation. My mother thinks the Dari were meant for something special. She's always looking through the old texts for clues. Come on. Don't want to scare the birds. My mother left the Qun not far from here. She got herself transferred to Kontar from Parvalin. Smuggled me there and then walked out.
I thought Kontar was well fortified. How did she escape with a child?
Qun isn't a prison. People can leave if they want. You little guys hungry?
Do you miss living under the Qun?
Not much to miss. I was a baby. My mother misses it. She was an Ashkari back then. A scholar.
Why'd she leave?
Me. There's enough for all of you. Shathan was worried about what the Qunari would do with a fire breather like me.
What would they do?
She said they'd have me put in the Antam, use me as a berserker. The idea scared her enough that she left her library and walked away from the Qun. There you go. Come on. Over here's where I practice.
Why not on the beach?
Don't want to scare the birds. We just fed them. What the crap is that?
The Antam must be marking their territory.
Not on my beach. Vashvatari! Come on. These banners need to burn. Gotcha.
Nice. What does it feel like when you breathe fire like that?
It's more like spitting.
Ew.
Something inside my throat opens up and lets stuff mix together. Then there's this rush of heat as I roar it out.
I'm surprised it doesn't hurt your mouth to do that.
It can. One time my tongue got in the way. Got a mouthful of fire.
Ouch.
Didn't hurt much. My mother has to make food extra spicy so I can taste it.
I guess that's the trade-off for being a fire breather.
It's fine. I smell stuff better than most people.
An Antam supply cache. Too bad it's locked up.
Not for long. Watch. Yep.
Wow. It burned right through it.
Yep. Melt some metals, not all.
How'd you figure out which kinds of metals you could melt?
My mother said I went through a lot of spoons as a baby. This way.
More birds to feed?
Something like that. Karash, it's Tosh. I brought food.
Avatosh, it's good you came early. The feather clouds are getting lower. It's going to rain. Who is this with you?
This is Rook. He's a friend.
A friend? All right. Make sure you both dress for rain. Drip rain, not mist rain.
No good being stuck in the rain. You gonna be okay?
My shelter is enough. It's better for me than being inside.
Karash was a worker caste navigator. Got dragged along with the Antam when they invaded.
They told us it was ordered by the Qun. I was not taught war. I was taught the weather. Red clouds for thunder, gray clouds for rain, green clouds for the devouring storm, and black clouds for the Antam cannons. After what they did in Ventus, I ran away.
Be careful out here. We saw banners from Antam patrols.
I saw them. They did not see me. I will stay safe.
Okay. Let me know if they bother you.
I am at peace, Avatosh. I have the clouds to watch and fish to eat.
More than just fish. Here you go. Shathan said to eat the fruit before it spoils.
I like the cookies better.
Everyone likes the cookies better.
I'll eat the fruit. Thank you, Evatash.
Panahedan. I'll see you soon.
So, the Dragon Hunter has a softer side.
The Kyun says you take care of people.
So, you're a little Kunari, a little Rivani, and a little dragon?
Yeah?
I get that.
Come on. I should tell my mother how Karash is doing. So how do you get it?
I had to leave most of my old life behind when I joined the Shadow Dragons. And now I'm fighting elven gods. So you take what works from each part, right?
Yeah. I had to take Kunari language classes growing up. I had to learn how to tie these stupid knots. It wasn't so bad when the Kunari and Ravain were at peace. Now the Antam have broken from the Kyun and started attacking. People look at me like they're scared I'll switch sides.
That's their loss. People who have only ever been one thing will never know how big the world is.
Yeah? Maybe.
Y ahora noté una cosa que había dicho acá el Kunari que antes no me di cuenta. Él dijo nubes verdes, la tormenta devoradora, algo así, que no sé no sabemos lo que es. Que es algo que los Kunaris hace miles de años escaparon. Se llama la tormenta devoradora.
Mother, what are you doing here?
You used to call me Tama.
I also used to wet the bed. Want me to start that up again?
I'd rather you didn't. You know what I meant.
She always did like the grumpy ones. In truth, Evitash's tastes are quite varied, although it is uncommon for her to be attracted to men.
Mother.
Perhaps because in some ways, she acts more like a man herself.
Why are you here?
I came to ask Karash about the tablet your group recovered. I wondered if some of the symbols might be used among the Antam.
Be gentle. Don't make him talk about the war.
I see the wisdom of your suggestion. I also see that you used your fire again. Chakra Toebra.
Chakra Toebra.
Remember to keep your consonants crisp. Kunari do not slouch, and neither does our language. Panahedan, Evitash. You did well bringing Karash his food.
Sorry. She's like that.
Don't let her ruin your mood. This was nice.
Yeah, it was.
A ver, la que está. ¿Qué hace? Detona dragones, añade. Le dejo este, no me sirve ninguna, pero le dejo este porque ya lo dije, la que más me gusta de Taz, esta armadura. Ah, mira Lucanis. Ah, porque... Pero esto es un bug en realidad. No tendría que estar. Se le anula... Él va a volver en un momento, pero ahí dice distante. Lucanis ya no puede brindar su apoyo. Porque quedó como medio enojado. O sea, esta ya no la tiene, pero sí potencia el daño en otras habilidades. Pues como dice acá, aumenta el poder de esta técnica. Provoca hemorragia permanentemente. Lo tenemos preparado. Velara. Bueno, ya estaría estas. Rivain ya estaría. Por lo que se puede hacer. No hay misiones secundarias. Vamos al faro. A ver. No hay conversaciones, entonces tendría que ir directo a la necrópolis. Estoy pensando, me parece que voy a ir con con el bastón que tengo, el necrótico. Porque los muertos vivientes son débiles al necrótico. Vamos a ir a un lugar donde están hay nigromantes y todo eso. Son resistentes al hielo, pero bueno. A esto, pero le vamos a hacer daño con este. Decimos potencia el ataque ligero.